it is the holiday spirit for people with variable mortgages. They got an early Xmas present.
Yeah, the much talked about Bank of Canada interest rate decision taking place today as expected. No change. Stays at 5%. However, the Bank of Canada warned if inflationary pressures persist, it does stand ready to hike rates again if needed.
That's not what anybody wants to hear. They just want to hear it's going to go down.
Correct. Having said that, the experts do continue to believe it will go down. CIBC Capital Markets today predicting that the Bank of Canada will cut rates to the tune of 1.5% over the course of 2024. Right now, the economy is showing signs of softening. Unemployment is rising, and the bank made note of that in its decision to sit on its hands, as it were, Cynthia.
All right, we'll see how long that lasts. All right, so love the end of the year because all the end of year lists come
I really
out.
like it too because we kind of get
fun.
a sense of what we're doing and what we're searching for, and in this case,
what everybody else is doing. But you've got a really interesting list.
Yeah, this is what we're drinking.
What we're drinking.
The LCBO is out with what we. You know what was big in Ontario and in the GTA in particular this year?
What's that?
Take a stab at it, booze-wise.
I don't.
Tequila.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh,
Sales were up big time last year and up another 14% in the GTA.
I did not know tequila was making a resurgence.
1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila floor is usually what happens, Cynthia. It shows as well the results that we're looking for. We're budget conscious when we go booze shopping. Mainstream Canadian beer outpacing the fancier premium and craft beers. We're also reaching more and more for canned cocktails. Demand for those up 40%. Out in the 905, they were looking for some premium vodka. Having said all that, LCBO noting that sales of non-alcoholic beer and de-alcoholized wine were way through the roof this year, Cynthia.
I think people want to drink less, and they would generally love to have a nice glass of wine that had no alcohol in it, or beer, for that
You have that choice now more than ever, so people are reaching for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But there's another vice that's on its way out.
Smoking. And for the first time, we've seen a big tobacco company kind of note that maybe the end might be near.
Really?
British American Tobacco today said it would take a hit of $31 billion as it writes down the value of some of its U.S. cigarette brands, acknowledging, Cynthia, for the first time, that the traditional market for cigarettes has no long-term future.
Wow, that is interesting.
These guys make Lucky Strike, Dunhill, all sorts of brands, and they point to the vape market, but they also point towards the broader increasing move away from smoking altogether. Company said it doesn't believe cigarettes will disappear within 30 years, but it can no longer put an indefinite value on its cigarette assets. Pretty interesting. And
they must be looking at other ways to make money. So what other things? I mean, vaping, are they involved in vaping?
They are involved in vaping.
And marijuana as well?
Right now, marijuana remains illegal federally in the United States, but the speculation has always been that if that changes, the tobacco companies would dive into that and perhaps would look at some Canadian marijuana companies along the way.